Yo, what's going on, Chicago Sports Hub? We got UFC predictions this weekend, this Saturday, and also we got Canelo boxing. He's back in the ring this Saturday as well, Saturday night.
Minus
Oh, for
2,000.
real, right?
Big tune-up fight for Canelo, right?
Man, let's get straight into it. Man. UFC predictions. Oh, Friday night, by the way, if you guys who know who Demetrius Johnson is, aka Mighty Mouse, he is fighting one championship promotion. They're showing it on Amazon Prime. If you're Amazon Prime, that shit clutch. Um, if you want the odds on that shit, I got Mighty Mouse minus 172. A little worried because this is the last fight. I believe this is his last fight. He's thinking about retirement,
Yeah.
but he's one of the best. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and this is a trilogy fight. This is the third time they're going at it.
Mm-hmm.
And, man, first time in the U.S. that it's in the one championship.
Yeah.
One championship. And first time in the U.S. that they're having an event, too. So it's pretty big for them. It sucks that they're getting overshadowed by Cejudo and Sterling, but definitely tune in to that one because it's going to be a good card as well.
Yeah, man. Like I said, minus 172. Demetrius Johnson on FanDuel. One
All
championship. He also trains with Harry Cejudo, by the way.
Yeah, even after their what was it trilogy?
Yeah.
They had a trilogy as well in the UFC. So
Yeah,
man.
man. But let's get straight to it. The UFC this weekend. UFC 288, I believe. Harry Cejudo versus Aljamain Sterling, man. The main. Well, let's talk about the prelim real quick.
Yeah,
We got a nice one.
We got a couple decent prelim card. It could
Yeah.
even be like a fight night card, like a really not a great fight night card, but
Yeah,
it
for
could
real.
pass as a fight night card. A really good prelim for this one.
Let's talk about it, man. Braxton Smith versus Parker Porter. Braxton Smith, 5-1, 33 years old. UFC debut this Saturday, making his first UFC debut. Parker Porter, he's 13-8, 38 years old. 3-2 his past 5 UFC fights and shit. But man, I think Braxton Smith, he might be, one of the upcoming fighters in his division, bro. We need more heavyweight fighters, dog. So
Exactly, and look at this guy's resume. He lost his professional debut to Chase Sherman.
who you talking about?
Huh?
Who you talking about?
Braxton Smith.
Okay.
Yeah, he lost his professional debut to Chase Sherman, and since then, 5 wins by knockout in the first round. This guy's no joke. I'm surprised he's the underdog after Parker Porter just got knocked out by Tafa in the first round. I don't know if it was the first round, but he just got knocked out by Justin Tafa.
Yeah.
And Tafa just lost to Muhammad Usman recently. So, I honestly love Braxton Smith as the underdog here. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Like I love it all day, and it's to open the card or no? It's like one of the second. Is it? Yeah.
Well, it's one of the.
It's
like the second or third.
fight.
Yeah. Well, but man, I like Braxton Smith more and more. Once Bart told me to check into that fight, I'm like, man, this might be a nice one. Braxton Smith underdog as well. Give me that shit. 1+38 money line. We both got Braxton Smith for that fight.
Yes, sir.
Let's get it. The next one, Phil Halls versus Ikram.
What's his
He's a Russian.
He's a
Guys.
Russian,
Those names are crazy. But
Ikram Aliskerov.
there you go.
That's my best try.
Yeah, low key. Ikram Aliskerov. Yeah.
Minus 190, 13-1 this guy is. He is, his only loss, guess who? Tell him who, Sway.
Khamzat Chimaev. But this was like before the UFC.
Back in like, what was it, like Fury Championship or something?
Some shit like
one of the other promotions. But his only loss is literally to Khamzat Chimaev, which is really impressive. He's got 13 wins. Not really any notable wins, but man, I don't know. I just think this is gonna be his first real test in the UFC with Phil Haas, because Phil Haas has faced some guys like Chris Curtis, and he's faced some experienced fighters in the UFC so far.
Yeah, for sure. Phil Halls, he's 12-4, 34 years old, 3-2 his past 5. Like you said, he's pretty decent fighter in the UFC, but I feel like this Ikram guy, man, new up and coming, Russian. We need new blood, new fighters and shit. We seen Phil Halls, man. I mean, unless he could bounce back, from that last fight against Chris Curtis, I got Ikram money line.
I got Ikram too, is this his is this his UFC debut as well?
It is. Ikram, yep.
Yep. So yeah, Ikram, and he's versatile. He could do it in a lot of different ways. 4 KO, TKOs, five submissions, and 4 decisions. And his only loss is the knockout to Khamzat Chimaev.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. So I'm honestly rocking with Ikram all the way here too at -190.
On DraftKings, yeah. Always go on DraftKings for your UFC odds. Their odds are like the best across all sports books. But we both got Ikram for that one, beating Phil Hawes. Let's fucking go. Let's talk about this next one. Jessica Andrade versus Jan. Jessica Andrade, 24-10, 31 years old, 3-2 past 5 fights. Jan, she's 16-3, 33 years old, 3-2 past 5 fights as well. But man, listen, I think Jessica Andrade, coming from the loss she had against Blanchfield, Jessica Andrade, she's a really good fighter overall. She knows how to get finishes. She got the gas tank, you know what I'm saying, to the cardio to fight with you.
Yeah, so many 5-round fights she's been in already in her career.
I feel like she's don't get me wrong, Jan, she's been in UFC for a minute, right? Quite some time now.
Yeah, she's got a couple fights in the UFC now.
Yeah, man, but I think I got Jessica Andrade here, man. She's more experienced. I feel like she's like above levels compared to Jan, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So what you think?
So basically both girls 3-2 their last 5 fights in the UFC. Carla Esparza and Marina Rodriguez are the only girls to beat Jan, and the only girls to beat Jan are Valentina and Blanchfield. So they are pretty evenly matched, but I feel like there's a misconception that Andrade is older, like 35, 36. In reality, Jan is the older fighter here. She's 33, and Andrade is in her prime at 31.
Yeah.
I honestly think that she's gonna get that blemish off her record after losing to Blanchfield.
Yep.
And she's gonna take this one. I could even see, man, Jan's just such a competitive fighter. I would have said a finish, but I'm just sticking with the money line here. It's at -190 on DraftKings. But I'll give me Andrade all day. She's in her prime. She's faced the best. And yeah.
Yeah. I agree with you, Bart. Just fucking same shit I was going to say, really, to be honest. We both got Jessica Andrade for that one, beating Jan. Take the money line. Let's fucking go. Let's talk about the co-main event.
Oh, one more fight. Mofsar.
Oh, shit. Yep. Go ahead, talk about it.
Mofsar, man, give me his name. I'm going to butcher your name, my boy, but I'm sorry. Mofsar Efliov versus Diego Lopez. How crazy is this fight, Sway? Diego Lopez, shout out to you, my boy, because this is his UFC debut on 5 days' notice. If you guys didn't know, Bryce Mitchell was originally going to face Ikram. No. Or not Ikram, I'm getting confused, Mofsar. And this guy stepped in and really saved the card. We're talking about Burns and Bilal saving the card. This would have been a really bad pay-per-view if Mofsar wasn't on there. Mofsar is 16-0. Diego is 20-5. And Diego has only 2 wins by decision. So he's known for, once he gets in there, he's scrappy. He's got 11 wins by TKO and 11 by submission and 7 by TKO for Diego Lopez. Yeah, so. And Mofsar, he's the type of guy to take it to the decision. He's got 9 decisions, 4 subs, and 3 TKOs. And 6 decision wins in a row right now. So he hasn't been finishing people as of late. Tough fight to call.
Really tough.
What you got here, Sway?
I don't know. I think I'm going to go with Masvidal by decision. Just because his past fights, his past wins are by decision. I'm a little worried, though, because he might get the finish. This guy's coming in late, notice, and who knows, but...
He's jumping from he was a favorite, -600. Now he's at -1,000.
It's nuts.
But props to Lopez. He's going to take this fight on 5 days' notice. If he gets this done, he got... Man, I'd be so impressed, but I honestly am with you here. Mofsar money, not money line, by decision.
Yeah, Mofsar by decision. That's what we got for that one. There's no value in the money line, but yeah, we could probably sneak it off all 3 rounds, dog. That's what we got for that fight. Now, let's talk about the co-main event.
Yes, sir. 5-round co-main event.
5 rounds. That's nice. Shout out to Burns and Bilal Muhammad for saving this fucking card.
Yes, sir.
Because shit was going to be dry.
Mhm.
But anyways, Bilal Muhammad, 22-3, 34 years old. He's on a 7-win streak. Shit, man. I mean, he's beat some top guys too. Wonder Boy, Vicente Luque. Who else he fucking beat?
He's 8-2 his last 10. He's beat Masvidal, Magny,
Oh, yeah.
Tyron Woodley when he was decent still.
Yeah.
Damian Maya, Gunnar Nelson when he was coming up as a prospect. He's got quality wins, and that's so impressive in the UFC. 8-2 and in the last 10. That's hard to do. A lot of his losses in the UFC came at lightweight. Like to Dan Hooker, I think he lost at that lightweight, but he found his home at 170. And honestly, he's only lost to Khamzat, which was a really close fight. Could have even been, like a split decision. It was 29-28, I think, for Khamzat across the board. But
Yeah.
and then Usman, and those those are two of the best in the division.
For sure. Gilbert Burns, he's 22-5, 36 years old, 3-2 past 5 fights. Both these guys, they fought one of the best. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a really good fight. But listen here, man. Gilbert Burns, he's been fighting nonstop. He fucking fought 2-3 weeks ago and shit.
Yeah.
So he's in shape. He's locked the fuck in. He had Kamaru Usman training in his camp for a little bit. That's dope. That's good to hear. But Bilal Muhammad, man, I don't know, bro.
Tough.
Don't get me wrong. He could fuck around and steal it, but I just feel like Gilbert Burns wants it more. He wants this shit more, dog. I feel like he's in shape and he's ready to go to get the win.
I think if both fighters had a full camp and Gilbert Burns didn't just fight, it would be a whole lot tougher for me to pick. But let me just get into Bilal real quick. He got 7 wins in a row. He's beaten Luque, Wonder Boy, Damian Maya. His last loss is 4.5 years ago, basically in 2019 against Jeff Neal. And Jeff Neal, he's one of the brawlers in the division. So this is going to be a test for Burns. I mean, this is why the odds are so close. I thought they would have been a little bit better favored for Burns just because Bilal, he's coming off Ramadan. He couldn't eat throughout the whole day. He hasn't really adjusted back to regular, eating throughout the day. And
Yeah, for sure.
We don't know how that is going to affect his conditioning, his chin even, So I think everything favors Burns here, but man, if they had I wish they both had a full camp. I don't know, I may have even picked Bilal if they had a full camp because he's a really smart fighter and his gas tank's there. But Burns has fought the best. He's 8-2 his last 10. His only losses are to elite fighters.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick Burns all day here right now.
Yeah, good odds on Gilbert Burns too, man.
-130.
Take it. What's we both got? Gilbert Burns money line. Let's go. For the main event.
So tough, bro.
Hoo-wee. Man.
This is insane, bro. I've never been so back and forth. I hate Aljo. I ain't gonna lie. Ever since his little acting job, I'm not trying to be biased here, and even now I can't even pick Triple C like that, so confidently. But
Let's talk about it though,
let's
man.
talk about it first.
Oh man, Henry Cejudo, 16-2, 36 years old. If you guys know, he's one of the best. When you hear Henry Cejudo's name, you think of John Jones, you think of GSP, Volkanovski, etc., etc.
He's trying to get in that Mount
Yeah.
Rushmore of MMA fighters right now.
Yeah, one of the fighters to be a double champion, flyweight and bantamweight division, gold medal fucking wrestler.
Olympus.
Yeah, and Aljamain Sterling, you got, he's 22-3, 33 years old. He's a little bigger than Henry Cejudo. Aljo, he's 5'6", he has a longer reach, 71 inches. Henry Cejudo, he's 5'3", with 64 inches to his reach.
What is it, 4 reach disadvantage?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's not terrible.
It's not terrible. And in the face-off, when I was looking at it, Aljo's not that taller, not that big.
He's just swole.
He's just swole.
He's just really in shape compared to Cejudo, I feel like, but that don't really mean nothing, I feel like.
And the thing is, Aljamain, he walks around 170, 180. What's this, 135?
135.
135 you got to cut to. He even said it himself in an interview, like, this cut was kind of hard this camp for him. And I don't know, man. I feel like that might catch up to him in this fight.
He said it himself. He's like, man, I'm getting older. I can't do what I used to do when I was cutting weight. Like, I can't have that one piece of chocolate or whatever. He said he said he's probably gonna, if he wins this fight, he's probably gonna make the jump up to 145 because he obviously doesn't want to fight his fucking, Marab. He doesn't want to fight Marab because they're best friends and shit, whatever they are. But I mean, this fight. Fuck the picks right now, Sway. Let me ask you a question, because it's how do you see this fight going? Like, do you see this being a grappling match? Do you see them striking? Do you see a little bit of both? How do you see this fight playing the fuck out?
I see a little bit of both. I see Henry Cejudo landing some strikes, some leg kicks, throw some punches in. He's gonna mix it in with some wrestling, go for the takedowns, and the clinch control on the gate. What a good veteran champion, should do. Mix it in. And honestly, bro, listen, I'm not gonna overthink this shit, dog. Henry Cejudo is the mastermind of mixed martial arts. He's mastermind of the fucking game. He helped one of the best get their fucking belts back. John Jones.
How many people he's coached? Like 4 champions now, 5 champions.
Yeah, bro. John Jones, David, Figueiredo, Wei Lee.
Moreno too.
Jerry Pahashka. The list goes fucking on, bro.
Yeah, so
I'm not gonna overthink it, dog. Give me Henry fucking Cejudo, Triple C. He's gonna get that shit back, his belt, and I think he's gonna make a little run, try to fight Volkanovski. I personally think Volkanovski gonna fuck his ass up, but
I think I'm with you all the way. I can't pick Sterling here, even though he's been impressive as champion.
He has.
I mean, he did fight T.J. Dillashaw, who was on a bum shoulder, we found out. So that's you got to take that into account, too. Yeah. And now you're stepping in there with somebody who's trying to make it into that Mount Rushmore of GSP, John Jones, and, Volk, you said even now. It's going to be, it's going to be a great fight. I do see it, being really competitive. I think Cejudo does have to apply pressure because of the reach disadvantage, and he has to have really good inside striking. His inside striking has got to be on point, and he's got to be careful with the wrestling. I know it's an Olympian versus a D3 wrestler, which people fail to talk about, but Aljo has improved so much since he's gotten to the UFC with the grappling on the ground and the submissions. Yeah, he has. So, man, Cejudo just has to be careful on the ground. Can't get caught slipping on the ground, and has to. I think he wins it on the feet, man, bro. I honestly do.
Really?
I think he wins it on the feet.
Damn. All right.
His striking has gotten so much better his last fights too. I see him winning it on the feet. I see him knocking Sterling out, man.
All right. It's gonna be a good fight. I can't count out Sterling because he's been improving around past few fights and he's been looking good. But like we said, Henry Cejudo is one of the best. So that's what we got, man. We both got Triple C. Good odds on that, by the way. -115 money line. Mm-hmm. That's nice.
That's real nice.
Let's talk about it, man. Let's go over the picks we have for this weekend. UFC. Friday night. My bad, guys. Friday night, Demetrius Johnson won championship. Mighty Mouse -172 money line. Mm-hmm. Take it. Then Saturday night, prelim fight, UFC fighting shit. Braxton Smith +138. That's what we got. We got Ikram -215 money line. Then we got Jessica Andrade money line. Then we got Gilbert Burns money line. And we got Henry Cejudo money line. Let's fucking go.
Shoot for perfection.
Let's shoot for the stars, bitch. Let's go, man. Like, subscribe, share all that other shit. Tune in next episode. Let's get it, man.
Come on, Triple C.
Let's get it. And what the fuck, Looney? You can't play the fucking game? Damn. Hey. It's all good, man. We back on Monday and shit for daily picks. But tune in. Let's get it. Tune in this Saturday. Peace out, y'all.